gentlemen, last week you have completed your quest. Session
Yes,
30
indeed.
closeout. Yay!
How many sessions were we there?
Have we technically completed the quest if we haven't gone back collect the full reward yet?
Well, you've completed the quest. The reward's optional.
I don't know. I played enough WoW to know that,
It'll stay in our
it
journal.
remains in my quest log. And
Well, see, this is like more one of those old school games where as soon as you complete it, it leaves your quest log. Therefore, rewards are purely optional.
Fair enough.
However, you all were given a small box apiece. So who wants to go first and open their box?
I do, pick me.
Cookie, are you ready for your box?
Box. I love box.
I'll trade in my box for door number 3.
This is going to be really funny.
You're kidding.
Who wants to open the next box?
This seriously dropped a second sword of vengeance.
It's random. It's random, dude. I'm not making it up.
I have paired swords of vengeance. Huh.
That's a lot of big stuff for being a small box.
It is. Definitely. 2 weapons apparently are laying on top of the box. Who wants to go next?
Well, I'm thinking that, the halflings had cursed swords and they figured they'd get rid of them on this sucker. Sure, I'll go next.
So who's next?
I'm the only one else getting a box here.
Everyone can get a box here. The other 2 gentlemen are here. What?
How do we get the boxes?
Your mission completion. You each had a box on the ship that the captain had acquired from the capital.
Right, okay.
Baron dude. Capital.
You want to go next, Ryu?
She'll open hers in private.
Okay, do you want to go next? Do you want to get yours?
She would like to grab a box, yeah.
Okay.
Though I think Cleoc said he was also getting a box, so he might have gone first.
You can go first.
Don't blame me when all that's left is, like, random jewels.
I mean, there's a very particular deck of cards. It's very interesting.
Right, I'll try my luck next on the random number generator.
I got 2+1 weapons and a head of disguise.
I rolled a nat 1 on my d20, so I guess I get a small box of copper.
You get a polished stone urn and a pewter chalice. Nice.
I love this. I love this random shenanigans. All right, so who's next? Ted or Yonovan?
Who's our next contestant?
I'd still like door number 3 if that's all I'm going to get.
I don't roll well.
I heard Yonovan's voice first, so Yonovan's next.
Oh, bother. Do I have to roll for this?
No, I was joking.
Don't roll.
Thank goodness.
No, I just generate a random thing and That's what you get. Like that. And for Ted.
Who's Ted?
He's someone who is joining us. He was a friend of Cookie's who's been helping out with the crew.
Am I the only one who got weapons? Huh.
Yep. You got baller stuff. You got oil of superlateness.
I don't know if I call the person who's getting cursed weapon.
I don't know if they're cursed
Oh,
yet.
they're not exactly cursed.
Out of character, I know they're sort of engine cursed. In character, I've got no idea.
I don't know, man. Oh, this is someone's homebrew 3.5. Oh, that's hilarious. It's a pretty wicked sword. Also, that's the title of a movie. There's a movie called Sword of Vengeance. Pretty cool.
Alright, so you guys travel back to the Dwarven Citadel. I take it.
Yeah.
Where you pick up your final set of benefits from completing this quest that was quite long. But hey, you leveled up from it. And a few items.
Um, does Shatter get anything?
Well, you know, he wasn't here. Yeah, let me throw it in there. Alright, so, where would you like to go? Emrakul is ready to head back to the base of operations that you guys have often sailed from. Unless you choose to request a different port. Meep. All silent in the peanut gallery. Are you guys there? Gentlemen. Oh. Well, Discord is going crazy.
Yep. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I suppose. So this is the part when Nate hears an echo.
Testing. Well, I learned how to use it. All right.
Alright, so we're still waiting for Yonovan to get, or not Yonovan, for Ryu to get in on here. Yeah, I went ahead and just exited out of Discord since it's not working. If you need me to up my output volume, let me know. Alright, so where were we before we were rudely interrupted by disconnect? Right, you guys were at the Dwarven Forge, and I was asking if you wanted to go back to the original port of harbor you guys kind of came out of, or if you wanted to go elsewhere. Are you guys able to talk in this chat, or not? I'm not hearing anyone press C and talk. And Discord's still not working.
Have we mastered in-game chat yet?
Yeah, I see that they're saying that they think Discord's back up, but it's still saying it's trying to connect for me. It's not done so yet. Discord isn't coming back up for me either. It's just sitting there saying it's RTC connecting. So it's not actually looking like it wants to reconnect. So I may have to shut it off and turn it back on. But I figured we could, at least for now, keep using the in-game chat so we could at least proceed. So, which route would you gentlemen like to take? You guys able to hear me? Not getting any responses if you are. Gentlemen. Can you guys hear me?
There is a warlock in the party.
Oh, well. I can't hear
I
you,
haven't-
no?
I
This
couldn't
is
hear
the
you.
first I've heard you.
I was
Huh.
not hearing you.
Alright, well, let's
We could
continue.
hear you
I
in
was-
Discord. We could not hear you in game.
Okay, because Discord is just now let me back in.
Huh.
And I was trying to holler in game. I don't know why it wasn't working.
Okay. Well, Ryu, I assume that's a great secret, but you have a Rod of the Pact Keeper. Congratulations.
Great, now I have to look up the stats for that. Okay.
Yes, you do. It's a +1 Rod of the Pact Keeper. It gives you +1 to your spell attack rolls and saving throws.
If you're holding
Oh.
it.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
essentially
That's
a
cool.
+1 warlock weapon.
It also has a second effect. You can gain a bonus. You can regain a spell slot once a long rest. That's pretty cool. I didn't remember it had that ability. Should remember that. Okay.
That is actually like really powerful if that's the case.
Yeah, it's a whole nother spell slot for you.
At this level, that's awesome.
It's awesome at every level.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, so who all has or needs magic weapons? We've got some.
I do.
I'm good.
Cleoca examines the great sword, but decides it's too big for him.
Is a pike your style or not?
I don't think so.
I've
And
also got a glaive.
Cleoc has chosen to focus on the sword anyway, so he would, happily share the loot.
Nobody in the party uses crossbows, right?
Correct.
Nope.
Well, we can give it to the captain and see if he has something that he can give in exchange for it, maybe? Or just give it to the captain.
Did anyone else get weapons?
Nope.
Why did you mention the crossbow? Oh,
We
you
got
have
+2
special
bolts.
bolts. Yeah,
Yeah,
that stuff happens.
Yeah, well, I know, but +2 is pretty nice. That's what I was wondering if, maybe the captain would trade it for +1 longbow arrows, since Cleoc, aren't you using the longbow?
Yeah, I got a longbow.
All right.
I haven't got to try it out on living targets yet, but I've got one.
Nice.
What about
Oh,
undead
very
targets?
nice.
Not even undead targets, because I don't think I actually fired the longbow against. I didn't actually have a longbow yet, because I hurriedly took out a longsword while there. Anyway, Cleoc can't use the glaive or the pike.
Okay.
So,
Well,
after the Dwarven Forge, the captain asks, or plans to go back to the port you guys kind of originated in, unless any of you have a desire to do something else or ask him to.
Mm-mm.
We did have one other potential quest we picked up, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh, that was going to that marsh area.
Yeah.
Adventuring.
I think I'd like to go back to the main area. That'd be nice.
Okay. After a few more weeks, you guys get back there. All right, so you guys now get to port. You can show Ted around the lovely location where you received permission to not go to the flesh dealers.
Yeah.
And what would you like to do now that you're here?
Go to the bank,
Okay.
convert all of my coin to script, in case that needed to be outright said.
I figure that's probably why you're going to the bank.
Yeah, we have banks here. They're sort of magical banks. They work at a distance.
You should
So-
definitely tell Ted about this. He doesn't know about it.
So, silly out of character question. You said that Ted had been working on the boat. How much does Ted actually know?
Nothing.
Fair enough.
Ted's been basically just staying on the ship and hasn't really gotten about and know the stuff, so he basically needs to be brought up to speed on all the lovely events.
I've been hanging out with the rat. I see.
Hey, Cleoc, quick question. Were we planning to ask the captain questions about how the boat works or try to learn some of the workings of the boat while we were traveling?
Yes, we were. At least I was.
You may attempt in whatever means you wish to attempt. Success is
Wow.
another matter.
Well, Cleoc would attempt to talk to the captain, not necessarily about the workings of the boat yet, but he's curious about how he came in possession of this fine boat or vessel.
So you just walk up to him and say, "How'd you buy the boat? Get the boat."
Captain, do you have a moment? I've got a couple of questions.
Certainly, Cleoc. What do you need?
This is more out of my curiosity, but how'd you acquire this fine boat?
I killed the former captain.
Oh. Lolin.
He was a criminal and bringing some slaves to the flesh dealers and had a good gig going with them, and I decided I didn't approve. So I killed him, took over the ship, and been running ever since. And Gary particularly was fond of that idea, since he was one of the ones who was going to be sent to the flesh dealers. Ever since, he stayed by my side, and we ran the ship.
Cleoc doesn't say this out loud, but he finds it odd that they were picked up to be sent to the flesh dealers.
So why would someone who hates them that much do it?
Exactly.
You definitely
Cleoc,
can tell that Cleoc can definitely tell that Gary has a particular, or Emrakul has a particular loathing of flesh dealers.
Cleoc doesn't specifically ask about it, but
Whenever he mentions them, you can see like fire in his eyes.
actually he will. So, of course, while we the reason I'm on this ship because, and of course, our my other companion were that we were to be sold to the flesh dealers. But at some point in time, there was we could hear sounds of battle while we were locked in cages.
Some pirates from the Green Consortium were attacking us.
I see. I want to insight check that.
Go for it.
Because my thought is that if he hates them so much, could it have possibly been him doing his little mutiny? That is a 19.
He seems to be honest that it was the Green Consortium. And you bringing up the fact that you were being brought to the flesh dealers, he's really not happy about. Like, you can tell he didn't... The whole thing didn't sit well with him.
Cleoc has some guesses, but he doesn't push it any further.
If there's anything else you want to know about that, feel free to ask. It was a very unfortunate circumstance that put us in that bind. And I'm glad that I could seek a friend's help and get out of it. And trust me, if we find any of them, we will fight.
I nod.
Cleoc,
Yes.
are you familiar with what the flesh dealers are by chance? I'm curious to know how much you guys know.
No, we don't know much. We haven't asked around too much about
Are you
it.
familiar with an illithid?
I've heard about them, but never actually seen one.
Okay. What about a beholder?
Still only in legends.
Okay. What about a Nyogi?
I'd have to look up what that actually is, because I'm not familiar with that at all.
So you're not familiar with those. All right. So you didn't explore the Underdark. That's good.
The Underdark isn't a good spot for people of my race.
Yeah.
We get a little bit uncomfortable being underground for too long.
My race used to be enslaved by the illithids. So when I say I don't like flesh dealers, understand that it's a inborn racial hate because we were enslaved to them for eons. We finally got the strength to rise up against them, and we will always kill them when we get the chance.
I see. Well, forgive me for bringing up such a touchy subject.
It's fine, I understand. It's you guys aren't familiar with this place, it's good for you to learn some. Alright, let me know if you need anything else. I'm gonna get
But
back
of
to
course,
charting our course.
but these ships are, I still am curious about how these ships work.
Just a ship. Nothing special about the ship.
I mean, I've learned a little bit about the phlogiston and such. It's just remarkable.
Mm-hmm. The ships are just ships. What do you mean?
They kind of bother me in the sense that, when we fought the undead captain, when they attacked us on whatever planet that was.
Yeah.
That the captain there himself was powering the ship,
Yeah?
making it go.
Correct.
And I think I've learned enough to know that the phlogiston in and of itself isn't enough to move the ship. But I remember you also telling me that you weren't the one who
No, I don't
moved the
got
ship
one that
either.
works for my type.
I see. So,
The only one I've been able to acquire is an arcane version, and I don't have that. So I have to rely on an ally.
I see. Emrakul can see Cleoc, thinking a little bit, trying to see if anyone has matches the description.
You've not seen anyone really arcane. You've seen a divine caster, who's the medic.
Right.
He seems to be lower level, and you've seen the party members that you've traveled with.
He's reasonably certain that Cleoc chooses to not push it any further.
An interesting thing happens.
So,
Cookie is nowhere around. In fact, Ryu is in the kitchen making food.
Say what?
Put away the rice.
Okay, I get it.
Alright, so Ryu's making food. How does dinner taste that night, Ryu?
Scrumdiddlyumptious.
anyway, I thank the captain for his time.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
People, what's up?
So it works, sort of.
What works?
This hat. It's a really cool hat. Check it out. Look, I'm Yonovan.
Donovan, you see yourself staring back at you, apparently.
Dude,
At
this guy's self at will.
will?
At will. Not once per day, at will.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'd like to choose to walk up to this and say, "Hey, Yonovan, have you seen?"
You
I-
see two Yonovans look at you.
I just stare at him. I don't say anything.
Yonovan, I knew you had a little bit of spell casting in you, but this is pretty impressive.
I take off my
Thank
hat
you.
and bow to Yonovan. I'm sorry.
As one Yonovan reaches for his head, a hat comes off, and you see Cookie bow.
Okay.
You could have let him think it was me doing it for a little bit longer.
Well, hey, I tried to make Ryu cook dinner and no one made anything of it, so whatever. Ryu, cook dinner? Are you kidding me? The best joke I could come up with. Honestly, I thought, our friend at the archive, Eric Cocker, showing up on the ship would make a commotion, but I didn't want to do that to Kleak over there.
So you've been practicing your magic.
No. Here, hands that. Well, actually, the hat won't work for you until you work on it for a while.
The
But-
hat requires attunement, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Mm-hmm. Can't just pass it around. The
So
neat
you
part,
So you're telling me it was the hat? I try and put the hat on my head and turn it into.
It's a nice hat on your head.
It's not working. Oh, it's one of those like special items I've heard about that requires me to focus or something on it.
I would imagine you sort of feel something from it, but it resists you or something. Maybe it's just a hat on your head. I don't know what they do before you attune to them.
I give it back to Cookie and whisper in Cookie's ears. Don't let Rio or Yonovan get a hold of this.
I don't know. Seems like the kind of thing Yonovan would cook up.
All right, gentlemen. Take back to where you guys were at. You're going to the bank. Are you going to take Ted to the bank and explain the bank to him?
Sure. So this is the bank. Basically they take your coin and they give you a
Ted?
Never give it back.
Just so you're aware, they just walked inside a door to this nice building, and you see this giant head that looks like you could easily fit up its nostril, just staring at you.
Awesome. So I take out my I take out my piece of script that shows the amount on it. And then show him that.
And the floor reverberates. Welcome. What can I do for you?
We have a new person to the.
I see.
We're trying to explain the function of this establishment.
Carry your funds in a secure manner and in a lighter load.
Long story short, he takes your heavy coin and it turns into what they call scrip, which I show him some of my scrip. And in most places, you can use this as currency instead.
The thing he's handing you is a piece of paper that doesn't really seem to have any value to your eye, but is adorned with some interesting inks, and it glows a bit.
So if I
Okay.
were to go to one of the many fine shops in the city, most of them I would assume, take my script, and I would be able to purchase goods with them.
Got it.
Indeed. So the point is that you can carry your money around with you without carrying enough to break your back. So what can I do for you today?
I hand him for 919 gold. Ask for this script.
There you go.
No, thank him.
A quick curiosity, are you guys splitting up the group loot, or are you...
I did, yes.
We already
Okay.
did.
I wasn't working at the time, so I didn't know if you guys actually divided it, or if you had left it as a group loot.
I listed it specifically, the people who got what. We've handed out the group items, and Cookie has held on to the rest. I have weapons for those who need weapons, if they want to talk to me. But no one seems interested in glaives or pikes or swords of vengeance right now.
What skill set does our new adventurer have?
Well, he's a fighter, so
He will use any weapon you throw at him.
So let me explain
You
something
say that,
to
but how
you.
smart is he?
Okay, Donkey?
I have no idea what's going on, so
What's your
Okay.
book?
Have you ever played actual combat in Dungeons and Dragons?
I've never played Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay. Did you have that character sheet I sent you?
Where'd you send it?
Okay,
Discord?
I sent you a private message on Discord, a link to a Google Drive item. So I realized that this is a little bit intimidating, all of these stats and stuff, okay? But it comes down to the fact that you attack something with a weapon. And the dice determines how you do it.
Okay.
So, do you have that sheet and can you open it?
Yep.
Okay. You see how you've got hit points? Front and
Yeah.
center. Okay. So when they hit you, you'll lose hit points.
Alright.
Down below that, you've got a longbow and a short sword.
Okay.
Okay. You see they have attack bonuses and damage next to it.
Yeah.
So what happens is you roll a d20 and you add your attack bonus, and that goes against their armor. They do the same for you. Above your hit points is your armor class. Okay?
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Okay.
While we were flying on the ship, why don't we have a sparring match? Actually, do like a quick mock combat as sort of training.
That would be good.
All right, who's all going to participate?
Cleoc will.
Use that new dagger.
Cleoc got a dagger?
I did.
So is it going to be Cleoc is taking on Ted? Is that what you're planning?
Yeah.
Training weapons, of course. I would assume they're available.
Hey, you don't need training weapons.
We can heal.
I don't want to hurt the guy,
We can heal.
and I don't want him to hurt me. So
All right, Ted, do you accept Cleoc's challenge to a sparring match?
Yes, I accept.
Make him bleed.
All right, so you both need to roll initiative to see who goes first.
So rolling initiative. Basically, on your character sheet, there should be a box that says initiative. It should have some sort of like plus minus in it.
Should say in it.
We each roll a d20, and whatever you roll plus your initiative bonus is your initiative score. So you rolled an 18. 18 plus your usually a dex modifier will be your initiative. And I rolled a 9. My dex modifier is 4, so my initiative is 13.
Alright, my initiative is 8, so I got 16.
You
He
had
has the alert feat.
Oh. And he rolled an 18, so he has what total?
16. 12, wait, no, 26. Derp.
So you're definitely going before 13.
Wow.
You would have. I can never beat that initiative score.
What's your int on your sheet?
It's not int. You're int,
It's
buddy.
int.
You're special. Most people are dex.
No.
His base
But-
is 8.
He mathed bad. I was asking what his int
Oh. He is a fighter after all.
Right, that's why I said you can use
All
a new
right.
weapon. I was like, but what's his int?
Ooh,
'Cause it
guys,
requires a
let's
certain int to
focus.
use my weapon.
Guys, alright.
Yeah, go.
Ted, you get to go first. You can move.
Okay.
I'll let you go through it, Cookie. You'll be his tutor calling out his training.
Okay, Ted. So right now he's at range and you like to shoot things. Okay?
Yeah.
Before they reach you. So you're going to grab your longbow. Yeah. Ideally, okay, on your turn there are 3 actions you have, okay? You've got a regular action that can be used to attack. You've got an action that can use to move, and you got sometimes a bonus action. Your regular action, you can move twice if you want to. Use just move. Otherwise, you get to attack and move. Against a melee target, you would probably move around and stay out of his melee range. Okay? This guy can fly, though, so he's going to be a strange target. And he's fast. So right now, we're just going to focus on shooting.
Okay.
We'll see how that works out.
So you grab your
You both can
longbow,
shoot.
okay?
Okay.
And you roll a d20. Okay, and you add your attack bonus to that.
So 9 plus whatever your attack bonus is.
7, so I got a 16. Are we
Right.
attack bonus from the longbow?
Yep.
Yep, that's
Alright.
correct. Now, 16 odd, I think that hits Cleoc.
I smoothly dashed or duck out of the way. My AC is now 17 because I got plus 2 dex.
Oh.
All right, so you missed him. And to be fair, even if you did hit, he probably would have caught that arrow because he's special.
I'm a monk, and one of
Anyway. He's cheese. So, anyway, that didn't work out, so it's now his turn.
Unless he wants to do a bonus or a move.
You can move if you want to.
No, I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the
Cleoc.
bonus?
It's only if you have something that gives you a bonus. Most of the time, by default, there's nothing you can do as a bonus.
Okay.
It's a little tiny quick move thing that some people have more options than others to use it.
I'm not going to take out my longbow. I'm going to take to the skies by 50 feet and land in front of him. And take the dodge action.
Yes. this is something else you can do on your turn. You can do nothing and dodge. And what that does is there's a very key mechanic in this game.
We're about to demo it, so let's
Yep.
go. Ted, it is now your turn.
Okay.
Do you want to shoot at him with your bow, or do you want to walk up and use your melee weapon on him?
Is he close to me?
He
And he's-
is 10 feet away from you.
I moved closer. The little bird guy is me.
All right. I'll use my short sword.
Okay, so you're going to move.
Move up 10 feet.
Each of these squares generally represents a 5-foot square. I don't know what race you are, but generally you have
Human.
30 feet of movement of turn.
Yeah.
In which you can also use your regular action, which you would normally use to attack, to take an additional move, if you so want. Normally called dashing. But anyway.
All right, now you get to attack. So you roll. That's an 11. Now, there's a caveat. He has chosen to take the dodge action. So you have to roll the d20 again, and you take the lesser of the two rolls. That's called disadvantage. So that would mean you got a 3, and you add your attack bonus.
Okay. 8.
No. Oh, yes, you're correct. Good job.
So he slides easily out of that one's way. You see that he was in a stance and ready for it, and just nimbly moved to the side as you swiped at him. So, unless you want to move again, it is now Cleoc's turn.
I'm good.
Cleoc, what would you like to do?
I take out my longsword, or training longsword, and I attack Ted with it.
Okay.
There's a 22 hit.
You should have a AC on your character sheet.
Armor class?
Yes, sir.
15.
That would hit.
If the roll is equal to or higher than your AC, then you take damage. This is a D10. So in this case, you would take 12 points of damage.
Ow. It's a good hit.
Now, I'm going to choose to take my bonus action. As a monk, I can choose to, when I make the attack action, I can throw an unarmed strike as well as a bonus action. And so I'm going to attack again. 19 to hit.
Yep. You need a 4?
Yep. I can roll one of these d6s too. I get, but
Yay, 1.
so that would be 5 points of damage.
So you're up to 17 total damage been taken.
And I'm going to choose to fly away, just because.
Excellent. Now, another rule comes into play. Ted, Cleoc has just left your threat range, which means you can take your reaction to make an attack on him if you so choose.
I'll attack.
Okay, roll your attack.
That's a D20.
Yes,
Yep.
sir. Ooh, 15.
That does hit.
You add your, I believe it was +5.
Longbow.
Yep.
He flew away, so it's
No, it'd be your sword, your short sword, because you're
It'd be
close.
whatever you have out. And you last used your short sword, so
okay. So 20.
Still 20. That hits. And short sword is 6, I believe.
It's 5.
it's a
D6
d6 plus 3.
Okay.
Oh.
You roll one of these square dice, the standard die you're used to seeing. You roll one of those. Aw, it was almost a 6. And you add that to the damage modifier you have there.
Add that to the 5. Or
You see how it says 1d6 plus 3?
yeah.
So you just did 2 plus 3 damage.
So you did 5 points of damage to Cleoc. However, it is now your turn, and you can choose to do what you would like.
Yeah. Basically, as he turned to run away from you, you got to attack on him as he turned his back and was, left open. He could have either stayed there or he could have used his standard action to escape without getting attacked. But then he wouldn't have been able to hit you first.
Okay.
So generally, running away from someone when you're fist fighting them ends up badly if you're not careful.
Yep.
It's a calculated risk.
Mm-hmm.
Most normal combats I wouldn't do that, but I want to show off mechanics.
No, absolutely, and I appreciate that. You guys are definitely helping out. I like it.
Well, what do you want to do?
Whip out the longbow.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll your attack. Ooh, 19.
That is a... Now look, right above longbow, what it says?
Did he take champion?
He did.
Oh, dirty.
Okay. Okay, Donkey, you see how it says critical 19 to 20 x2?
Where's that? Oh yeah, I see it.
Okay, so that's to remind you that you get a critical hit whenever you hit a 19 or 20 on the die.
Okay.
And mechanically that works. You double all actual dice, you roll them twice, but any static bonus is only applied once. So your 1d8 plus 3 becomes 2d8 plus 3.
There's 2 d8s right here that are red next to the d20 for you. So that's 8,
Right.
and then you add your bonus.
15.
Oh, this will be
Okay.
good.
15 damage.
15 damage.
Can you catch that arrow?
Say what? What's that bonus? If that was an 8 plus... Okay, whatever. I'm going to choose to use my reaction. As a monk, I have the ability to deflect missiles, so I'm going to try and lessen the damage of that arrow.
By 1.
Wah.
By 1. Ouch.
I actually reduce it by 9, actually.
Nice.
Ow.
But still, you're surprised as you normally the other members of the crew know that I'm very good at catching missiles or catching arrows, but this one slips through. And while I'm able to lessen the impact,
It still hits. The rest of your team are probably a bit shocked that someone's been able to hit you with a ranged weapon so well.
so I look at the arrow and then look up at him kind of wide-eyed. It's like, wow.
All right, Ted, anything else? Or is it Cleoc's turn?
Actually, Ted, I would like to show you something.
Okay.
So you have a few, you have 2 exactly special abilities you can use, okay? On the right-hand side, you'll see I've listed a few things for you to note, okay?
Okay.
You have I realize I mark them for myself because there's not much room. But the first one says action once for short rest. You can regain 1d10 plus 3 hit points. You see that?
Yeah.
And below it, once per long rest, you can take an additional action. One of the coolest things about being your class is the ability to just unleash against a strong opponent. So why don't you try and use that, the once per long rest thing?
Okay.
So he's going to take an action surge, because that's what it's called. And you're going to
Indeed.
just shoot him with the bow again. Hit him while he's down.
Also note that reactions can only be taken once per turn. So I actually cannot attempt to catch another arrow.
So this one's just going to hit him.
If you can.
So
yeah, if he's able to land at home. So roll the d20 like normal for the attack. Ooh.
Oh, it'll miss. Dang.
It's not going to do it.
No, that's what, an 8?
10.
10? Okay. Yeah, 10 will miss.
Oh well.
It was still cool. You get to show him that mechanic. Alright, so Cleoc, you're up.
Time to take it serious.
What is your rebuttal?
I fly back in and I attack him with my longsword.
Ooh.
I rolled a natural 20, so I crit you back.
Ow.
14 plus 4 is
Wow.
18.
He's at 1 hit point.
Wow.
He's turning colors.
Anything else, Cleoc, or are you done?
Come on, Cleoc, be yourself.
Being myself,
Well, yeah. Being yourself, would you actually knock him down, or would you just be like, I proved my point?
I would say, have you had enough?
Ted?
I only have 1 hit point left.
But
Yes.
basically, it kind of depends on how you want to play your character. It may be it's like, oh, this is a training match. You know, I've had enough, or it's like, I'm never going to give up, or it just depends on how you want your personality to go.
Yeah. I was gonna say, look at the flaws, bonds, and.
We didn't set any of that.
Okay, you didn't set
Maybe
any.
pain just kind of pisses you off.
So it kind of depends on how this is kind of a role-playing moment on how you want to treat the situation.
Let's go like this. Okay. In the games, say Skyrim or any of the others, the type of character you like playing, if you're losing, are you going to run away or give up or seek a way out, or are you going to fight to the end?
I wouldn't want to kick that feathery bastard's ass.
All right.
I see the resolve in your eyes, and I will do flurry of blows.
All right.
So what this allows me to do is a bonus action. Monks get key points. And if I make an attack, I can choose to take 2 unarmed strikes for the cost of 1 of my key points. Does a 10 hit?
No. Oh.
So I
he
throw a
dodges
kick.
your first. And your second. You see the resolve in Ted's eyes. He's like, And you swing at him with your talons. You just like, dodge to one side, dodge to the other side. And then Ted rebuttals with... Ted, it's your turn.
Short sword and roll the dice, right?
Yep.
Knock him down.
So I believe that's an 18?
No,
no.
that's a 16.
That misses with a short sword.
Just misses.
Dang. We need to get you a better weapon.
You do have a +1 pike and a +1...
Glaive.
What was it? Glaive.
Yep. But we'll talk after this then.
Yeah.
What's a glaive?
It's a 10-foot sword on a pole.
Yeah.
Ever seen one of those like electric pole pruners?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but with a blade.
How about Cookie just tosses me the pike?
Awesome, the glaive. This will be fun.
Yeah. You want a pike, like an axe blade, or just like a slashing blade?
I'll take the axe.
Okay, you got a pike.
That's a good picture of a glaive right there. All right. So is Ted going to do anything else? Or is he done?
What else can I do?
That would
That's
be
all.
that
That's
would
all
be
you
an
can
appropriate
do.
time for is second wind the bonus action.
It should be, Nate.
What does it say it is?
It's an action.
It's an action?
Yeah,
Really?
Second wind is an action?
I know. And we're all like, that's the dumbest thing ever.
I didn't realize that.
Because I thought it was a bonus action.
Yeah.
Well, everyone thought it, so I guess it is.
Okay.
I get to override rules. And Fun says...
Second
It should be a
wind. On your
bonus.
turn, you can use a bonus action to regain hit.
What?
Yep.
Huh. I'm sorry. That's odd.
So on your
Cool.
turn, you can use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level.
You get to roll a d10.
There you go.
If you so wish to choose it. Or you can remain at 1 hit point.
Awesome.
Ooh,
Max.
10. Plus
Is that a
his
10?
con?
Yep.
The 0 on a d10 represents a 10.
If you
Okay.
mouse over it, it'll say what the value is on it.
Oh, okay.
So you are at 14 hit points.
He's got fire in his eyes.
Cleoc, you see the resolve build as he buckles down to inner reserves of strength. What do you do?
I admire your resolve while I try and hit him again with this here sword.
Oh my gosh.
For 21 to hit.
21 does hit.
Seven points of damage.
Okay. So is that what now? 5? Or what is it, Cookie? Or Ted?
Well, he was at 14. He took
14.
7. He's at
Okay,
7.
so he's at 7. All right.
So I'm going to flurry of blows again and try again with the kicks.
The dice does not want you to use your flurry.
That does not want me to kick this guy.
Oh, there it goes.
I'm kicking this guy this time.
So Ted dodges your first one. You come back with another one and connect.
6
Nice.
points of damage.
Back to 1 point. Ted, you've recovered from the damage some just to get knocked back down with 2 hits. You feel that this may be your last round to use well. You may attack once more.
What about my what is that? 1 SR regain? When can I do that?
Short rest. A short rest is like an hour long, so you can't do it now.
Oh, okay.
You just use that ability. That's how you have hit points.
Didn't I take the long rest to get an extra action?
Okay,
You did that one
use,
already too, yes.
Yeah, you used that one already, yeah. So
Ah,
you're
okay.
out of special abilities. However, you are wielding a pike +1.
Awesome.
which means your attack bonus is 6 on that weapon.
Oh.
And your
Oh,
damage
get
is
wrecked.
a D10
Beat 'em
plus
down.
4. 2d10.
Roll those.
Yes.
If I lose this as a level 4 monk,
Oh man, the damage
5.
is low, but he does 9 damage.
Cleoc, you get hit for 9 damage.
putting up a better fight than I thought.
Right? he's a level,
Especially since
he's a
monks
level
are
behind
cheaters at low
you.
levels.
Yeah.
Because it's not till level 5 when, fighters get their extra attack, but I get extra attacks anyway.
Right. Just imagine if he had that. Oof.
Right?
All right.
He has crit me twice.
He has. But that's because he's a champion.
Yep.
Of course, I have
Alright.
crit him once.
Ted, you landed a solid blow right across Cleoc. Looked like you knocked the wind out of him a bit. However, he's reeling back at you now. Cleoc?
Part of me wants to grapple him to show the mechanics, but I don't want to lose this. How's a 19?
I believe that hits. Ted, you said your armor was 15, right?
Yeah.
And that would be 10 damage.
And Ted
He
goes
falls
down.
unconscious.
Cleoc stands the victor this day.
That coup de grace. Just kidding. Now, if this were a real combat, this would be the part where every time your turn comes up, you would be making death saves.
See, when you die, you don't die very quickly when you're a player character. Yes?
Would you like to show your ability?
Yes, I would.
All right, Cookie steps up to Ted and...
Let me pull it up. I have to reference.
And I'm panting as like, sorry guys, I got carried away.
You see, yeah, Cleoc, you're saying that like, and you see Ted just laying there, and Cookie strolls up to him, lays a hand on him, utters some words.
Oh yeah, I've got to do something.
Are you gonna get wild magic?
Oh, probably.
Oh gee.
Wild magic is fun.
You guys will have to give me a chance. This masked.
Saturday, a character had charge go off and has smoke
4.
billowing out of all of his pockets now. Technically shadow, but it's like smoke.
Cool. Well, I wonder how much energy I have today. Let's find out. Can I have 12 d6s?
Oh, sure. Give me a second.
John is playtesting a custom class, so he's doing lots of Cheeto BS stuff.
That should be 12.
I count 10.
Because I can't count straight tonight.
Well, he did only have 10 fingers.
Oh, it counts them all together. Nice. 39. Cool.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's nice.
All right. So, let's see how much I can afford to cast with that. Wow. Okay.
You're gonna burn it all, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I love you doing this stuff,
I think
dude.
it can. Is there anything that stops me from attempting it?
No.
I don't think so. So this is cast as a 13th level spell, or what you would consider a 7th level spell normally.
Yeah.
And it has the effect of a 5th level spell, so 9.
You level
Which-
4, man.
Uh-huh. Oh, it'll be interesting. 9. Oh, I need those d6s. Good. 9d6. So
Run away.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
34.
So it heals for 34, which will
Helen.
restore you guys to both of you combatants are at full health now.
Oh, wow. Cleoc
However,
and Ted are both at full hit points. Ted, you feel very refreshed.
I don't know if 34 is enough to fill us both up.
Yeah.
each.
Oh.
I
Oh,
cast
wow.
it as a mass heal spell. It could heal up to 5 people,
So
but only 2
technically,
were injured.
yeah, I was gonna say technically, 3 other people on the ship healed too.
Are feeling very refreshed.
Yeah,
And
positive energy
you
washes
know
over
what?
the deck, and everyone feels refreshed. And then something else happens. Do I need to go get the booklet?
Oh yeah. So I get to roll 2d20 for spells greater than half.
20's on the deck.
The part where Cookie kills us all.
Yep. It's a roller coaster every time.
So a 3 and an 18. Well, a high and a low. That's interesting.
What do
So-
we get?
For each result less than or equal to the spell level. Well, the spell level was 13, but only one of those was less than or equal to 13. So, I get to roll I'm going to need a d12 and a d10. Oh, it's metal dice, nice. Okay. All right. So that's a total roll of 10 on my chart. A 10. Okay. I need to pick a random location within 120 feet.
Okay.
This is actually kind of a minor effect. I need 2 d4s. Okay, heading north. So let's say approximately up about here, a force explosion goes off, and it looks like it harms no one. But
Well,
it's pretty loud.
You mean it explodes in the captain's
how far
quarters?
is it?
And
And
max distance.
is it in the captain's quarters or the mess hall, or is it on top?
Well, I suppose it could go in any direction, really. So how about
Or is it the workshop or the brig?
it goes to
No,
the
not
bottom.
the workshop, damn it.
It goes what?
It goes roughly located here, but on the bottom deck.
So it blasts the back section near the brig.
Well, the brig is fortunately kind of immune to damage.
Jonathan, next time you go to your workshop, you're going to have some repair on the floorboards.
There's 2 points of force damage dealt. So we hear this loud sound from somewhere below deck. Sorry!
Cleoc size.
Jonathan, you're not the only one who makes things explode anymore.
Great.
This is why they don't like me to practice magic on ship. Or anywhere.
Hey, but no one
Let's
else could have healed 34 hit points to 5 people.
Yeah.
Cookie, I appreciate the efforts, but isn't this kind of risky? There is a doctor on the ship.
Well, it was about demonstration, really.
Burning all your spells levels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was crazy. All right, gentlemen. Do you guys want to pick a new task for next week? Since we're getting close to the end here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or is there anything else you want to do while we're in port?
What was that place? The flesh what?
Flesh eaters.
The flesh dealers.
Dealers.
What's that?
You don't want to know. Slavers for the species that eat people alive.
Oh, I was thinking more like a strip club. Never mind.
No.
Yes,
I
they
would
strip
like
you of your
to-
sanity and then strip you of your flesh.
That sounds like just a fantastic time. Let's go.
Well, we almost ended up there anyways.
Hey guys, while we're here, I think we should search for armor in particular, if anyone is lacking it.
Oh, I could do some armor.
No, I
Yeah.
remember last time.
The fighter here could use full plate, actually. I think we should go search for some for him.
Cleox scoffs at the notion of armor.
Yes, I know that. Impressive dodging, by the way. Very good combat.
Rio scoffs at the thought of armor.
Ooh. Roll an investigation check and hope it's well, Cookie, because I just got the random items to show up.
That's a 12 for me.
Was anyone helping you, or are you just doing it on your own?
I would think Ted would be helping if he wants the armor.
If Ted wants to
Yeah.
help him, that's fine. Okay, so roll with advantage, Cookie.
Okay.
An investigation check is what's done to see if you can locate something or figure something out.
No,
What'd you
12.
get? 12 total?
I'm no good. Yeah.
Ugh. Alright, well, you find a general armor store. Nothing too spectacular. You figure there's probably better places in town, but you can get any basic equipment. What was that roll for?
Oh, I just chucked it off the table, wasn't it?
Wow, guys.
Okay.
I
Actually,
can do
let's-
an investigation to help him if you.
Okay.
I'm
Let's
good at
give
investigation.
Ted a chance to find some armor for himself, because, he hasn't done an investigation check. Ted, let's
Sure.
have you roll a d20 and do an investigation check.
There you go. There's a detail.
John should help him too.
Sure.
Well, Cookie should help.
Yeah.
Hey,
That way you can
That's an
explain advantage.
Okay, advantage is what you did before where you rolled twice and took the worst result. It's called disadvantage. This is called advantage, which means Cookie helping you look for something, you have advantage. You get to roll the d20 twice and take the better result.
okay.
So you get to roll again and see if you can get better than an 8.
And then you will add your skill modifier. There's a section of your sheet that's going to have skills. And so they'll have different names and they each have a different bonus based on how good you are at that skill. Like my character, Ryu, she is really good at deception. So if I was trying to lie to somebody, I would get a really high bonus to it. But if I was trying to, convince somebody without lying to them, I wouldn't get that bonus.
Okay.
So you would roll your second d20, take the higher of the two, and add the bonus for your investigation.
0.
So you're not very good at investigating.
No.
Okay, and you add that to what was your d20 rolls?
8 and a 9.
Okay, so you get 9 total.
He finds a strip club.
Yeah,
That's all I really wanted.
A place that removes armor rather than adds it.
Well, you guys are heading back to the ship, and Jonathan's shopping for some more metals. And he comes out of a shop that has some armor. Jonathan, in that shop, you saw some finely crafted armors. And as you come out from getting some materials that you were seeking, you see Cookie and Ted walking the streets, looking slightly distraught that they couldn't find what they were looking for.
Over here, guys.
Oh, hey.
Should probably check out their selection. They got some nice stuff.
For sale in that shop, they have a few sentinel shields and a few pieces of armor made of adamantine.
Wow.
They also have 1+1 shield. So, what would you like to purchase?
Do they go on?
What's the best, and what can I afford?
Well, we'll talk about the prices. The adamantine's some pretty cool stuff. In particular, it helps you get immunity to that critical hit crap that's going on. But the plate armor is pretty hard to come across, and we'd like to see what sort of armors are available in this shop that have higher armor class.
The +1 shield is also really nice. Anything that says like it's +1, it means it actually boosts your stats by an additional 1. And so you'll have items that are magical that'll be +1, +2, or +3. You don't generally get the higher pluses until you're very high level. But +1 means that, like, so a shield, it's normally 2 AC, correct, John?
Yes.
Well, so a +1 shield is +3 AC. So it's like 150% as effective as a normal shield.
Okay.
So the +1 shield is really great, but it's probably too expensive.
Well,
I'm trying to pull up the prices.
We'll find out. The problem is you're a bow specialist, okay?
Yeah.
And the second weapon that you picked was, it's nice, but it's a heavy weapon, so you can't use your hands with it.
Yeah, both of those are two-handed weapons. You can't have a shield on one arm and still, use a bow or use the two-handed. What's it? A glaive? Yeah. Or
And
a
Mr.
pike.
Monk can't even use a shield because that's lame.
I'm sorry I didn't pick Barbarian.
I know. I am too.
Hey, your monk is pretty cool.
It is really cool.
Monk is basically like if you've seen Kung Fu movies, it's basically a protagonist from a Kung Fu movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except my kit. You chose a champion kit. I'm a Kensei kit. So.
Right. So he chose one that uses some weapons, but still only limited.
All right, so I want to trade in the pike or the glaive.
I mean, would you prefer to have armor and have a smaller weapon? I mean, I guess if you're going to have foes up close, that makes a lot more sense. If they get in your face, you can have a shield to defend yourself.
Yeah, I'd probably
There
go
we
with
go. I
with the
found
shield
it.
and smaller weapon.
Okay, I'll work with you on getting the weapon you want.
Armor plate mail is 1,500 by base value, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, they have a suit. They have 2 plate mail suits here for sale, and they are 2,000 apiece. They also have plate mail. They have plate, half plate, chain mail, and ring mail. They have two
Those
suits of
ones.
half plate and 2 suits of plate.
Wow. The plates are 2,000 here, and these are not adamantine, or are they adamantine plates?
Did we lose Nate?
So, what are you wanting to purchase?
Did you hear me?
No.
Is that plate adamantine or not?
Yes. It's all adamantine that I mentioned.
Oh. Okay.
They have 3 sentinel shields, a +1 shield, and they have 2 plate mail, 2 half plate mail, a chain mail, and a ring mail, all adamantine.
Wow.
You got a lucky roll. If you
yikes.
want adamantine anyways.
Huh. The what is the price on the +1 shield?
Let me look. The +1 shield is 1,500.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing. The +1 shield is nice, but we really want you to get that plate.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
You can't afford it, but together you and I can.
Oh, sugar daddy cookie coming in for the rescue.
I'm going to talk to the owner of the shop and ask him what he'll give me for a great sword of this really jagged edged great sword we came across. A vengeance.
That you absolutely did not attune to.
No, I tuned to the other one, remember? No, I didn't attune to. No. I don't think I would have attuned to it until Yanovan told me what it did, being a identify expert. I'm sure he could.
Trying to find it here. Give me a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Metal dice now. Clink. Aww.
I am not seeing that one. I have a reference of kind of suggested pricings on items, and I'm not seeing vengeance on there. What's the description on vengeance? That'll give me some idea.
Well, it's a +1 sword that has the secondary effect of kind of a curse that you attack whoever hits you.
Well, you have to save.
I had Sword of Vengeance pulled up.
I can give you 500 for that
Okay.
as a
Well,
trade-in.
we have a deal then with this adamantine plate, please.
Very well. You guys make your transaction.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else? Or are you guys all done? Want to get some missions investigated?
Yep.
All right. Well, Kleok, Ryu, and Yonovan. You guys weren't out and about gallivanting, so you may roll your investigation to see how you do on finding some missions. You guys can choose to work together or separately.
Be right back.
Cleon could probably do this as part of a group because he's not good at investigation.
Rio will assist. Also not good at investigation.
Okay, Yonovan, you get an investigation with advantage and +2.
Yonovan.
I should unmute my mic. I was already proficient. I already had +2. I actually have +4 because I'm proficient and I'm good with intelligence.
Well, you get a +2 on
16.
top of whatever you had, is what I was
Oh,
saying.
18 then.
Okay.
And you get advantage.
Was that with advantage?
Yeah, my first roll was higher. Got a 12.
Okay. So 18. Excellent. So, you find a merchant named Dig seeking the company of adventurers to steal the Sally Astorisa from a rival. He said there's a corrupt merchant that has wronged him and he wants to take this item that they illicitly got. Bring it back.
We're taking their ship.
He didn't care. He just wants that item.
Can I have the text of that in chat?
Yeah, please. Name of the person, name of the boat was kind of fuzzy.
Who is the rival? And where could we find him?
That is the rival's name. His current location is unknown.
Cleok would speak privately with his companions and say he does not want to take this quest.
Okay.
What is that we're stealing?
Don't know.
Unclear. It could be an item of worth. It could be a ship, for all we know.
You also find a noblewoman named Hansa seeking some adventurers to explore the jungles of spears.
That sounds like a cheery place.
Jungle of Spears, huh? Better than the Marsh of what?
Despair.
I thought it was like Decay or something.
Yeah, the Marsh of Decay. Great place. Okay, well, if you don't want to do that one mission, I'm okay with that, Cleok.
Cleok is against, despite the assurances of the merchant saying that the other guy is corrupt and all of that stuff.
I don't know that I want to go to the Plains of the Wanderer. honestly. A wary ex-adventurer seeks a company of adventurers to rescue the elven city of Gefni from Shiva the Destroyer.
Well, that sounds like TPK. Let's go.
Well, it sounds like we won't have to prove to anyone that there's a Goblin King.
And we don't have to worry about return passage.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Can we do it like some sort of insight or investigation check into Shiva the Destroyer?
What are you
History or
trying to
knowledge?
figure out?
Well, first, are they a god?
Like a religion check.
How dead would we be if we crossed them?
Well, first you'd have to find out who that is,
So is that intelligence check?
which would mean you'd need to go find out or try to persuade the person who's Yonavan's picked up the form. He probably doesn't actually talk to her. It's probably a form he finds.
yeah, it's a wary
Where's the
ex-adventurer
location of the ex-adventurer?
named Iln. Hey, this guy even knows what he wants done. Retrieve its teeth. We can know when we're done with that one.
Is there a hate? We just have to hope we properly identify the horror of Kratoy Velt.
Cleoc is looking over some of these bills, and it's just like, some of these sound like suicide missions.
Well, quite possibly.
We have to buy less provisions that way.
One-way trip, Captain. You'll be sure to cook, but
We don't have to tell him it's a one-way trip. We're the ones that are buying the supplies for the ship. Just spend all our money on supplies for armor and stuff.
so Cleoc's had enough of all the investigation missions, so he's up for something more straightforward: kill the bad guys. Protect the people.
I mean,
Or
We can slay the horror of Kutli Velt, or we can rescue a city from Shiva the Destroyer.
or we can go capture Wolverine.
oh, great! Regeneration we have to deal with.
Get that adamantium shield.
Someone have acid or fire weapons.
Yes,
I
well,
do.
if he ever shows up. We do have a sorcerer in the party. Well, we at least know that the horror has teeth. And we know we got a wealthy patron. Maybe wealthy means that they're willing to pay for something. Maybe they just want teeth to do a weird spell component. Who knows?
How many of these the contact information on the bills, how many of them are actually located in the town, if any?
A few of them. A lot of them, this is a junction point where the information is brought here, because a lot of people come here and leave from here. It's kind of a... In this crystal sphere, it's actually not a lot of planets. It's mainly a few meteors and stuff that are mined for materials, and a huge port, which is the one that you guys go to. It's a giant ring, essentially, of buildings in the middle of space.
Fair
Well,
enough.
so hunting down and catching the brutal murderer would be maybe difficult to do. Some tracking. The finding the horror of Kutle, we're not sure how hard that will be to find. Rescuing an elven city sounds great, but we had a lot of trouble saving a city last time. Oh.
More investigating corruption.
Yeah. Cleox against investigating ancient ruins and or exploring a jungle.
Well,
And
ancient ruins
kind of
could be
agree.
a lot of traps. You never know.
Well, here's the thing. I was more, the investigating, like, conspiracy theories. He's certainly more, amicable to getting out in the field.
Yeah.
And such.
So, does anything here sound interesting to you, Donkey?
What is that? The first one?
To steal something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to figure out.
I'm
gonna
not
have
so
a little
sure that's
discussion
right.
with Cleoc about whether he wants to. Well, not wants to. You're gonna have to convince him real hard that it's worth stealing anything for anyone.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about stealing it for anyone but ourselves.
Yeah, Cleoc. Let's not get Cleoc thinking he might want to leave the party. Because he gets kind of close to that based on how our morality swings some days.
So, your character. It depends on how you want to play your character. I'm speaking out of character, but Cleoc's pretty goody two shoes, pretty naive, and stuff like that. So he's not a big fan of the whole stealing, murdering, pillaging thing.
He's a bit bird-brained and short of life.
Yes.
Okay.
He wants to get out and see the world before he dies.
So D&D also kind of simplifies this to they've broken it down into categories of good, neutral, evil. So like an evil person just wants to watch the world burn, make people suffer, etc. A good person wants to help people, they donate to orphanages, all that stuff. And then there's also chaotic, neutral, or lawful. So like Robin Hood would be more chaotic, whereas someone who always drives the speed limit would be lawful. So it's sort of how your character would be, but also certain characters in the party don't get along that well with other alignments. So like oftentimes you'll have a lawful good character who is the goody two-shoes character, and they don't like it very well if you're chaotic neutral or evil characters are in the party,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's well and good, guys, but we need to wrap this up and pick something for tonight. Because we're already past time.
If you guys need to pick next week, that's fine. I was just gonna...
Can we all roll investigations to try and find out more stuff about these different missions before, so that we'll have the information so we can just pick right off the bat next time?
You could roll about one each.
I'll roll about the Shiva one.
I'm interested in the horror of Kutle.
I was more interested in the Shiva one. It should be said that if you really want to do the steal the Salia, whatever that is, if you can convince Cleoc that it's not actually stealing, it's just there was a poor choice of words, this isn't actually a good deed to do, then he would be more amicable to it. But the fact the bill says steal it goes against his moral code.
That actually wasn't a bill. That was something that Yonovan wrote down because he actually talked to that guy.
Oh.
Yonovan found him in a inn when he was getting stuff. And the guy could tell Yonovan was a bit of a wanderer and called him over.
I see.
The first one, the third one, were both someone actually in the location. The cantina that Yonovan went to get the info. So the horror is not a whole lot's really recorded in this area, but you do find out from investigating around, you do find that a number of people have mentioned that they've had run-ins with this space beast and that it has chewed through their ships.
Huh.
However, there's others who have said they've injured the beast and made it ran away, but they could never quite find its lair.
I'm sure the captain would be more than happy to risk his ship going after this.
You know,
Depends on what the pay is.
wow.
Actually, Rio's interested in this. I think this would be a good opportunity for us to learn some, astral navigation and tracking.
That's fair.
Now, convincing the captain to go for it. Then again, the creature might attack his ship whether we're looking for it or not.
Do we have investigation as to its last known location and or the location of Mary Yornes?
Mary Yornes is actually currently renting space here in the city. As for the last known location of the horror, yes, you're giving a space coordinates that you can't interpret since you don't have proficiency.
Yeah. But we can write it down?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll be able to give it to the captain, and he'll be able to interpret it.
That's good.
Can I investigate more about the space beast, or since I investigated Shiva, am I done?
Well, we've already had a assist,
20 check.
and we've had another roll, and we've had... So yeah, the horror of Quinlay is kind of known that it is a sort of space beast that has destroyed some ships. Uncertain as to what it feeds upon, but you're given the area it's been known to kind of hunt in, and things to look for.
Okay.
Rio will vote space beast.
Who else found out about Shiva the Destroyer?
Well, Shiva, you guys hadn't found anything about her yet.
Oh. Do I need to roll for that?
I failed.
If you want to.
I hear she's cold.
I heard she was hot.
And you're both right. Apparently. Or something. Alright, so. Which quest or quests are you going to set your eyes upon, gentlemen? Or would you like to choose that next week? Ted, you are able to hear some stories bouncing around a few of the taverns about the horror of Glutli, that apparently it has some lengthy appendages to grasp ships and is able to move around fairly well.
Is it a kraken?
Oh, you beat me to it. Damn it.
Yeah, how in the world could we possibly attack something big enough to attack a ship?
It could
Because
be
you
a
have
baby
a ship.
space kraken.
And you could buy things to put on the ship called weapons.
I thought the ship already had good weapons, but we could buy some more.
That's what I was saying.
Huh.
I'm
We
intrigued.
could do a real whaling expedition.
Right. Oh dear.
I would like to talk to the captain about this.
Yeah, me too.
Let's start this next session there and see where that goes.
So you're currently planning on doing the beast?
If we can, yeah, we'll need to look into preparations for that. It'll certainly be very Spelljammer.
Indeed. And I have some plans now.
All
Something
right.
that has been brewing in the back of my mind that I wanted to do at some point.
Yeah.
And you all have all made it possible. Just because you chose. And it fits.
Okay. Oh, and when you guys next see Ted, he is blinging.
Yeah. Sugar Daddy hooked me up.
Nearly black armor.
Yeah, head to toe in armor. Yep. By the way, you're immune to critical hits now.
Awesome.
And we'll just be like the kids in Skyrim. You don't look scary at all.
Alright guys, we will pick up here next week, same place and time, and have some more random fun shenanigans.
Cleok will want to examine Ted's longbow since he actually got hit by an arrow.
Sure.